Is that about the best?
That's accurate. Yeah, so we probably won't see him for a couple days. Try to let it heal completely.
Where are we here? This is Wednesday, so maybe after the weekend or something like that?
Probably after the off day.
After the Monday off
Monday
day?
off day. Yeah, shoot
Okay,
for that
so
day.
that Tuesday. Gotcha. You excited to see Gomez out there?
Yeah.
And put him in a game? And
Yeah, I mean, he's already, it's pretty impressive what he's done since he's gotten here. He's already kind of acclimated himself in the clubhouse. The guys, just hear him going back and forth. So you'd rather it that way than where it takes so much time. But definitely excited to see him play, and got to see him a little bit in the inter squad. I think it's a credit to him to stay in shape throughout that time in the Dominican. He got a bunch of live BPs, and he's good to go. So he'll play today, off tomorrow, and then get him right back out there.
And then the Duffy and Hetch will be in there tomorrow.
Yes.
Instead of taking the day off.
Yeah, I think Hetch is penciled at DH, but just he's playing. The way he swung yesterday, he might be DHing more.
Not sure how you could be a good manager and not play him today.
Right.
Hey, didn't get a chance to ask you about, after the trade of Schiff, what the battle at second base looks like.
Well, I think it's still the same guys. Obviously, he's not involved in it anymore, but we're going to get Micah Johnson in at second base here now. I'm sure we got some pending roster decisions coming up. So once that takes place, Micah will get some reps in at second base. So then, you look at Joey, obviously Robbie. Willie's going to play there tomorrow, I believe, or the next day. I'm not sure, but one of these two. So those four.
Looking at Micah, you been impressed with him in the outfield?
Yeah, he looks really comfortable in the outfield. He looks comfortable at the plate, and he's played some balls off the wall. High energy player, and it seems like I talked to him in the offseason. He told me he was completely comfortable wherever you put him, and it's definitely showed in all three outfield spots. Now we'll get him at second. He's taking ground balls, I think, just about every day, kind of extra work, early work, whatever it was. So he's ready to go. We'll start slotting him in probably after the weekend.
He's played so much infield compared to outfield. Is that rare to see a guy who's acclimated himself that quickly to the outfield? I mean, he looks like he gets good reads and good jumps.
Yeah, I don't know if it's rare. I mean, he played a full year of outfield last year. He did his work when he was in Atlanta. I know he worked with their infield guys. It was more or less what he's done this year to this point. But he's put a lot of time in the outfield and made himself, his speed allows him to be good. But I agree, the jumps that he gets, reactions are like a guy that's been out there his entire career.
And you talked about McGowan coming into camp.
Yep.
Which you heard about him, you knew him from way back then. What's kind of been your impression of seeing his work and work ethic and all that?
Pretty consistent with what we thought. I mean, pretty quiet guy, but I think he has some pretty big impact on some of the younger guys. Is he our only player with 10 years? Or Sergio?
Maybe not Gomez, too.
Oh, Gomez, okay. So, that presence alone, he's kind of been there, done that. The injury history that he's battled through is also another avenue to help those guys. And then, when he's pitched on the mound, kind of what we expected. Veteran approach. He's going to come in and throw strikes. He can throw his breaking ball behind the count. He's looked good.
Would you rather have your guy once you go to 5? Would you rather have that guy coming out of the bullpen who's a stretch count guy in the bullpen, or would you rather have somebody coming up from the minors who's totally
go to 5
in the rotation?
Yeah, I don't think our plan. We're not going to 5. We're going to try to stay at 4. We're going to have some bullpen days in there. We're going to try to do that for a long period of time. We're going to learn a lot for 6 weeks.
No, but I meant when you do go to 5.
Right. We're going to schedule in a bullpen day as our 5th starter. That's kind of the hope.
So maybe even going past those first 6 weeks, you're saying?
Yeah.
So you might stay with 4 all the way along.
Yeah.
Is that a kind of a change in the original plan then?
No. We just haven't said it till today.
It's very old school.
What is some of the thinking behind it?
I think it goes back over to the the different looks to the lineups, and if we've got a core group of guys that are available to give 3-4 inning outings, then we're going to shorten their looks for the opposition and bring another guy in. So I think that's the hope. But like I said, we're going to try to take the first 6 weeks and find out a
If
little
that
bit
works,
about
yeah.
that. Yeah,
Have a better idea.
have
for
a
that.
better idea. Yeah,
So if it does, though, you said you'd be willing to stay with fullback.
yeah.
Pretty innovative.
Only if it works. If it doesn't, it's dumb.
Does having Nate be part of that? Does that kind of put a little bit of a question mark on it, since you don't know how his workload's going to be?
No, we don't know how his workload is, but I mean, with Nate, I think we're probably going to limit him. We've talked to him about managing him pretty closely to the vest the first 6 weeks, and then we'll probably get a sense of where he's at and how he's bouncing back. I mean, with the off days, it allows all those guys to get an extra day here or there, and he's probably at the priority of that list of needing that, rather than going on just a straight 5-man rotation where he's got to pitch every 5th day.
Right.
That's a lot out of the gate. So I don't know where we'll be with Nate in 6 weeks.
So he could maybe bounce around a little bit in that schedule within the days he pitches. If you're saying he might get an extra day here and there. Instead of come out
Well,
of
they're
order.
all going to have extra
Right.
days because of the off days.
Right. I thought you were saying maybe you'd take him out of order then and give him some extra days.
No.
Stay in the
No,
order.
he's
Okay.
staying in the order. Yeah.
So the key will be once you get past the first 10 days and you can start shuffling guys, is to get some fresh arms up if you need them.
Yeah, but I mean, look, we're with the off days. You know, unless we run into some extra inning games and stuff like that, which are kind of out of the control. But if we're playing regular games, 9-inning games, clean games, we should be okay. I mean, I don't think we're going into this situation saying we're looking to shuffle guys. We want to see. We got to find out the next 3 weeks now who bounces back, who can get on the mound, and throw 2 or 3 innings, and who can bounce back 3 days later and pitch.
So are you looking at your starters to give you, you're saying 3-4 innings instead of?
No.
Okay. I mean, you'd still want them to be given
Starters
7
are going to
innings.
start. Yeah, starters are starting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there any chance, not to begin the year, but at some point, if this works, that you might go with a 9-man? Then it's sometimes a one-less position player if you do.
We hadn't even talked about that. Hadn't even discussed that. I wouldn't think so.
So it sounds like what you're saying today is the 4-man could go all year if it works.
Yeah, we want to see what what it's capable of, and I mean, not to blow it out of proportion. It's going to be a rotation to where you're going to have the consistency with the starters, but when we can plug in extra days with that bullpen to add, see where an off day is on the schedule, and then plug in a bullpen day to get those guys another day. The one thing, like with Archer looking the last couple of years, Arch takes the ball every 5th day, and I think all of them would say that getting those extra days middle of the year is beneficial, especially for that August-September stretch.
We'll take care of blowing that out of proportion.
Yeah, believe me, I know.
I mean, you give me like 5 minutes and it'll be taken care
But
of.
is that a
so.
reflection a little bit on who's available for the 5th spot, or just that you want to go with 4 guys?
No, I think it's a reflection of who we have available. We feel like we have a lot of good pitchers, and we want to get them all the reps and not limit somebody or not get use out of that guy that gets kind of odd man out by not being in the rotation.
I mean, because I know myself, I'd speculated that guys like Honda and Yarbrough and those guys would go back down and stretch out and then come in, that all of them would be in the hunt to be kind of this guy, this bullpen
They
hybrid.
all are. Yeah, they are. That's kind of the message that they were all given when they came in, and we said by March 15th we'd have a better understanding of which way they'll go, whether they'll continue their build-up to get more innings, or whether they'll stay at that 2-3 inning mark, and then we'll start seeing how they bounce back on shorter days.
So then it sounds like the key will be, once you set that up, how the
Man,
first
I
6
really
weeks
freaking-
go.
I said way too much today.
You're at 7 something.
Yeah.
So the first 6 weeks will then determine if you can continue it all year or keep going forward.
Yeah, and we're not going to judge. We don't judge anything over a 6 weeks period, but we'll get a lot of information.
Right.
It's something that we were confident if we do it right, we have the depth that we can make it work, and it does allow consistent reps for our starters to stay online.